deep blue. Are you looking for you tonight? I'm diving in the deep blue. Are you looking for you?
Hello, and thank you so much for watching today's video. If it's your first time on my channel, welcome. My name is Anne, and if you have been here already, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to show you my very first look using the newest palette by Jaclyn Hill. I'm so excited for this, and I'm thinking about doing a video every day using this palette for the upcoming days. So let me know your thoughts, if you want to see a bunch of videos using this palette, and also what kind of looks you want me to do using the new palette. Now before I go in with any eyeshadow, I always prime my eyelids first, and I'm using the MAC Cosmetics Soft Ochre Paint Pot, which I use in every video, and to apply it I'm using a P84 brush from Sigma Beauty. Now, I'm feeling a little bit better. In my previous video, I told you guys I was sick, but I'm slowly starting to feel better, which is awesome because, as I said, I'm planning to film a lot more videos this week. So as you can see me doing right now, I'm applying some eyeshadow guards from my own web shop Anytude. I'm applying them underneath the eyes, which is going to leave me with a really sharp edge. And this is the new beautiful palette by Morphe and Jaclyn Hill. It's the volume number 2. Like in one of my previous videos, or actually in a lot of videos, I told you that the volume number 1 is one of my favorite palettes. So I'm really excited to see there's like now a volume number 2. So I'm first going to start with this light color, and I'm going to use it for underneath the brow bone. I'm so happy that this palette has a light matte color, because the previous palette also has like 2 light colors, but both of them have a sheen into it, and I really like a matte brow highlight, so I'm really happy about that. Now for the next color, I'm going in with the shade Perfectionist, and I'm going to blend this all over in my crease. I'm going from the inner corner to the outer corner. I'm just going to warm it all up. And for today, I didn't really have like a specific look in mind that I wanted to create. I just wanted to play with the palette and just see what I could come up with. And you already saw in the intro and on the thumbnail what look it is. But I wanted to do like a sort of smoky eye, but kind of like showing like the shades in the palette, but kind of keep it neutral, even though it's quite of a dramatic smoky eye. But I wanted to make it more like wearable for those who are not like into super vibrant shades. So I hope that makes sense. Even though the look is quite dramatic, I try to make it more wearable, if that makes sense. So I started blending the next color, and I first blended it in the outer V, and then I started blending it more towards the crease area as well, but I mainly focused first at the outer end to get like most color payoff over there. And the brush I'm using right now is a Sigma E40 brush. I have a special discount code for every brush on Sigma Beauty, actually on everything from their website. I will make sure to link it down. And then I went back in with the Morphe M504 with the first color, which is called Perfectionist, and just blending around the edges to make sure that everything looks nicely blended out. Then now next I'm going in with this shade, which is called Crazy. It's like a really dark burgundy kind of shade, really pretty, and I'm using a flat brush, and I'm first gonna pack it on in the outer V just like I did with the previous color, and then with whatever is left on my brush I'm going to blend it more towards the middle part of the crease. Now just to give you my thoughts on this palette so far, it has the same formula as the number 1 palette. I don't even know if it has a name. I think it's the volume number 1 and this is the volume number 2. But it has the same formula. So if you like that previous palette, I'm sure you're gonna like this one as well. I had no problems with blending out whatsoever. I really like the eyeshadows in the Jaclyn Hill palette. They're so different compared to like the other palettes by Morphe. I feel like they're more softer, easier to blend. I just really like them, and I personally love like pinkish shades, really warm tones, and this palette has it all. So I was so freaking happy when I saw Jaclyn Hill announcing this palette, because these colors are like all the way up in my alley. So I'm so excited. So now I'm going in with this black matte color, and I'm going to do the same thing as I just did with the other color. I'm just going to pack it on in the outer V, and then with whatever's left, blending it a little bit more upwards towards the crease. But I'm not going like all the way to like the middle part of the crease. I'm focusing a little bit more in the outer V, but I just want to kind of create more darkness at the outer end of the eyelids to make it more smoky. This eyeshadow is also super black, as you can see. It's so nice. I think this is a different eyeshadow than the other palette. That one also has a really nice black eyeshadow, but I did think Jaclyn Hill mentioned that this is a different one, and it has a really slight glitter into it, even though you can't really see it when you blend it on the eyelid. But maybe that makes it more intenser. I don't know. There's probably a reason that she added some sparkles into it. So now I went in with like a more clean brush, just blending around the edges to make sure that there are no harsh lines. I always go back in with a clean blending brush or a brush with a little bit of product left over on it to make sure that it all looks nicely blended. Then I'm going to take this bronzy shade and I'm going to use a MAC 242 brush to press it on the beginner part of my eyelid. I'm using a dry brush. I think this shade is going to look so much more pigmented if you would use like a little bit of setting spray on your brush. I never really do this. I don't really like the finish of eyeshadow when you use it wet, but I decided to use my finger because this is what I always do with eyeshadows like this. But I first wanted to use a brush just to see if it will work, but your finger worked so much better. And then I went back in with the brush just around the corners and kind of packing more of the eyeshadow. This is a really beautiful color, by the way. It has a really beautiful soft sparkle. I think it's gonna be so beautiful for like bridal eyeshadow looks. And I'm taking this shade, which is more reddish, and I'm gonna use my finger again, popping it in the middle part of the eyelid and also slightly on top of the previous color I used to kind of make those two shades blend into each other. Then for the next step, I'm going to take the color which is called Dance Party. This is actually quite a vibrant color, but I just wanted to kind of pack it in between the color we just used and the dark color in the outer V. Just to kind of make the transition from shimmery colors on the eyelids towards the matte shades a little bit more smooth. It doesn't make a huge difference, but you can still see a little bit of that pink peeking through, which I really like. And then I went in with the Maybelline Studio Gel Eyeliner, and I'm gonna use this to create a winged liner. Then now for the next step, I'm going to take this Tarte Cosmetics Shape Tape Concealer, which is my absolute favorite concealer. I use it in almost every video for underneath the eyes. It's just my ride or die concealer. I think I'm using it for years now. And I'm going to use it now to kind of clean up the part underneath the winged liner. Even though I used the eyeshadow guards, I haven't applied any foundation yet and no concealer underneath the eye, so I just want to clean it up and make it even more smooth. So I'm just using a Dose of Colors concealer brush and going straight underneath the winged liner. Then after this step, I'm actually going to apply a little bit of foundation and concealer off camera just to cancel out any redness on my skin and make everything look more smooth. I never really show this on camera because, well, I actually do when I do like a full face video, but when I do eye look, I just feel like it's kind of not necessary to show. But I always apply my foundation and concealer after doing my winged liner because I don't want to well, actually I could do my foundation first, but for some reason I've been doing it this way for so many years. I don't even know why, but it just works for me. Then now for my waterline, I'm going to take this black pencil, which is by Inglot. It's one of my favorite pencils for the waterline. It's super black, super matte. I absolutely love it, and I think I've been using it for a really long time. A nice dupe, which is a little bit more affordable, is by Barry M. They also have a really nice black pencil. I have run out of mine, but I really have to get a new one because I prefer to use like more affordable products in my videos. So in case anyone wants to buy products that I use in my videos, of course it's going to be a little bit nicer when they are more affordable. So I have to get a new one, but this is also a really good one, and I've seen a lot of makeup artists using this one as well. It's just super black, and whenever you use black in the waterline, of course you want it to be as black as possible. So now I'm using a Sigma Beauty flat definer brush with the black eyeshadow from the palette, and I'm gonna press it right underneath the lower lash line, also slightly on top of the waterline, to kind of connect the black eyeshadow with the waterline, making sure that there's no like skin peeking right in between. And this is also gonna set the pencil in the waterline in place. And I'm taking this vibrant pink color with a really tiny pencil brush, and I'm gonna use this to smudge it underneath the lower lash line. And now I'm going back in with the color Crazy, and I'm gonna apply this in between the pink color I just applied and the black eyeshadow to create a sort of transition from dark to light. You could also skip this part and keep the black and the pink only, but I feel like the contrast like from the pink and the black is quite high. So you want to use a color which is kind of in between and apply it in between, and this is going to make the transition from light to dark look so much better. Now I decided to go back in with the color Perfectionist and blend a little bit of that underneath the lower lash line as well, because I felt like the pink was a little bit too pink in comparison like with the shades I used on top of the eyelids. So I kind of wanted to balance it out and just apply this on top of it in hope that it would make a little bit more softer. Now next I'm going to take this shade, which is next to the light color I used underneath the brow, but this one actually does have a shimmer into it. Super beautiful. It's like a light color with like a pink reflect in it. It's absolutely beautiful. I really like that she included it in this video. No, not in this video, in the palette. So I'm using this for in the inner corner of my eye, blending it a little bit more downwards towards like the eyeshadows underneath the lower lash line, and also a little bit more upwards to make it blend into the eyeshadows on the eyelids. Then I'm going back in with the Maybelline Studio Gel Eyeliner, and I'm going to use a little bit of that with a tiny angled brow brush from Sigma, and I'm going to create a pointy inner corner. I felt like something was missing, and I felt like doing a pointy inner corner, it just makes the eye look just a little bit different. It kind of gives it that sultry, sexy finish, if that makes sense. This is optional, of course. If you don't like it, you can skip this part if you recreate this look and just do whatever you like. Make it just the way you want it to be. Also, you can skip the wing liner if you're not into wing liner. Then now for my mascara, I'm taking the Roller Lash Mascara from Benefit Cosmetics, which is my absolute favorite mascara. And I'm just gonna put a tint coat on the upper lashes and also apply it on the lower lashes, of course. Now for my fake lashes, I'm gonna use lashes from my own lash company, Attitude, and this is the style Wary, one of my favorites. These are so beautiful, and they're not like too dramatic. They're like the perfect size for this eye look. And that's also the end of the video. I really hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy. That would be really helpful for my YouTube channel. Tomorrow I have another video going up, which is actually inspired by a makeup look that Jaclyn Hill was wearing for a campaign. So I'm really excited about that, so stay tuned. Also let me know what kind of looks you want me to do with the palette. There are so many beautiful colors in this palette, so there are so many things that I could do. But if you have any inspiration or like any suggestions, that's like the right word, let me know, and hopefully I will see you tomorrow in my next video. Bye bye.
I'm diving in the deep blue. Are you looking for you tonight? I'm diving in the deep blue. Are you looking for you my love. I don't like it when we're fighting, 'cause you always make me cry, yeah. I'm diving in the deep blue. I am looking for you, 'cause you're the